All right, so now we're on to the last step. This is it. We're getting to the very end. How to edit your story to get it ready to publish. So you might be thinking, do I really need to hire editors? Can't I just use Grammarly? I'm going to say if you're going to spend any money at all in this process of writing a story, you should spend money on editing because your credibility is at stake. If you find a book that you have read and you don't like it, you might not want to read another book by that author again because you have a bad taste in your mouth from that person. So you want to do as much work as possible to make sure your story is as professional as possible before you put it out into the world. And you can't remove negative reviews. So again, you want to make sure you're doing everything you can to make a good quality piece of work that you can share. So if you want to hire editors, there's different kind of editors. There's editorial assessment, developmental edit, copy editing, proofreading, and there's a lot more, but these are the four main ones. And if you want to look at what they do, they're all useful for different reasons. And if you're not sure, you do not have to hire every single kind of editor. You just need to hire editors that are going to help you where you're the weakest. So if you're writing and you're having a lot of grammatical errors, you're going to make sure you get copy editors to look at your work. If you're having a hard time getting the plot structure to flow or the character development throughout the entire story, you want to hire a development editor. Okay, just hire someone you who can help you in the areas that you are the weakest in. So this is the process that I think you should follow in your editing journey. There's quite a few steps here, but this is what I've been following for getting my novel ready to go. It's a great process to follow. Again, you don't need to hire every single kind of editor that's listed in here, but if you want to, if this is just a structure to follow, if you feel like completely overwhelmed and not sure how to go throughout this process of editing your story. Where do I find editors? You can go to Fiverr.com, Upwork.com, LinkedIn.com, Contra.com, social media, just a general social media search, Google search. And a lot of authors will put on their editors in the copyright page. You can even go look at your favorite stories and see who they're hiring and hire those same people because you know they're helping them produce quality work. So that's another way you can find editors. All right. So how to hire good editors is to look for the years of experience that they have, their qualifications, examples of their work, the reviews, and confirm that they edit your genre specifically. Don't hire an editor that only looks at genres that you're not writing in. That's not gonna help you at all. Have them give you a sample by editing the first page or maybe the first chapter if they offer it of your book to see if they are adding value and critiquing your book in a way that is insightful and also really beneficial to the story itself. So that's a good way to kind of test it out before you spend a lot of money because it can cost a little bit of money here. Here's some other tips. Keep a budget in mind before you search for editors so that you can only buy what you afford. Just know what's the amount that I can spend and then make sure whoever you're looking for is within that budget. The editing prices depend. Usually they go based off of word count. So it's going to vary a lot. They will charge per word. So picture books obviously are going to be less. It's going to cost less. You can find picture book editors for like $5 sometimes. So just use those resources I told you of where to find editors, and you can kind of just browse how much they're going to charge and then just pick the ones that work within your budget that are qualified editors. And keep in mind the turnaround time. I don't think it should take them longer than a month. Sometimes it takes them a week, but try not to find someone that's going to take a long time. That's going to slow down your momentum in getting your book done. All right, so this may take 2 weeks to a month to do. It may cost anywhere between $5 to over $1,000, which if you're going to spend any money, try to spend it here if you can, because editing your story is very, very important in the overall quality of your book. And then I have a self-edit assessment worksheet that you can use to see where you're struggling the most. If you want to check that out, click the link below. And that's it. Those are all the 5 steps that you need to go through to get your book to a really good, polished, clean place, so that your book is ready to go so you can start publishing. You are one step closer to becoming an author. This is very exciting once you get done through all of these 5 steps. And once you're done with this, you have a polished manuscript, you might be thinking, yay, now I'm going to throw my book up on Amazon. There's some more steps that you need to take. And if you want to know what those steps are, you can join the self-published program. It's totally free. And that's going to help you get everything covered. I'm going to teach you how to do it on your own. I'm going to teach you ways that you can hire people so that you get a really professional looking book that are going to attract readers right from the start. Okay, guys, that is the whole writing program. I hope that was really helpful to you. I hope that you learned a lot of information. I hope that you feel amped up and like ready to go to write your story.